Yo guys, welcome back to King Oles, and yes, this weekend on Sunday, Floyd Money Mayweather is back in another exhibition fight in a rematch against John Gotti the third. I think that's his name anyway. But yeah, obviously it's a rematch for Floyd Mayweather, and look, let's be honest, another exhibition for Floyd Mayweather. Does anyone even care at this point? It's been happening a lot. It has been happening a lot now. Can't get my words out there. It's been happening a lot, and unfortunately, he's Mayweather's not getting any attention. Unfortunately for him, there's literally no attention around this. Me personally, I only found out about this last week. No clue about it until around like last Thursday or Friday or something. And yeah, like there's literally no advertising for his exhibitions whatsoever. And let's be real, there's no boxing fan that even cares. Like he can't really sell out arenas with his fights anymore, apart from probably that Logan Paul one that did all right. Apart from that, let's be real, he's not selling out arenas with any of these exhibition fights. And let's be real, not many people know about them, but I mean, yeah, it is a shame to see for him, to be honest with you. I'm trying to get up, so obviously all of his exhibition record that we've got now. So all of Mayweather's fights in his exhibitions are: he fought this Japanese guy on December 21st, back in 2018. I think it was this Japanese kickboxer or something. Then in 2021, he went up against Logan Paul in an exhibition that did well. Got over, I think, 1 million pay-per-view buys. So that one did well. Then he went on and fought Don Moore in Abu Dhabi. Literally no one knew about that one whatsoever. No one knew. No one cared. That was back in May of 2022. Then he fought this other Japanese guy in a 3-round fight on September 25th, 2022. I did not even know that happened. Then he fought Deji on November 13th, 2022. We knew about that one. I think it's because, like, with that one, it it had attention like to the whole influencer scene, so they were all going on about it. So it was all over social media, that one. That's how we knew about that one. Then he fought Aaron Chalmers at the O2 in England. Literally did not have a clue about that fight until the day of the fight. As there was no other boxing and apart from that. So that happened at the O2. They sold literally no tickets for that. I reckon there was like 5,000 tickets that were sold out of a 20,000 capacity arena. Awful stuff. Then he fought John Gotti the third in Florida back in June 11th of 2023. That obviously ended in a DQ. Yeah, it's not good. Not selling tickets. No one cares. He's not really selling any pay-per-views. I believe this one probably is pay-per-view as well. This John Gotti the third rematch, and like, is it kind of ruining his legacy a bit? I feel like that's what people are questioning a bit. Because I mean, not really. I don't think it is fully ruining his legacy, but it's not exactly a great look. Like, nothing will be able to ruin what Floyd Mayweather did in the sport of boxing. Nothing will be able to ruin it. It's just a bad look on him, to be honest with you. It's just a bad look that, he's coming back, this big star, and he's not selling pay-per-views with any of these exhibitions because no one really cares for any of his opponents apart from that Logan Paul one that got attention. But Logan Paul has a big following, so of course that one did get attention, as well as Mayweather has a big following. But yeah, like, Mayweather can't do any of this, like, selling and selling pay-per-views with these kind of names like John Gotti the third with Aaron Chalmers. Like, apparently there were loads of people in the in England who did not know. Literally no one knew about Floyd Mayweather being in England fighting Aaron Chalmers at the O2. There was literally no one that knew about it in the UK whatsoever, and it's poor. First of all, yes, his exhibitions are very poorly advertised. Very poorly advertised. Literally, Mayweather literally doesn't advertise anything himself apart from like a few days before the fight. Literally, they're very, very, very poorly advertised. No one cares. John Gotti the third, literally no one knows who that is anyway. So again, it's hardly going to get anyone invested. Then Aaron Chalmers, like, he's from like Geordie Shore or something. Apparently, no one knows who he is really, especially like a boxing fan does not know who Aaron Chalmers is. So who's gonna watch that? Then you've got Deji, who's a social media influencer. Like, what hardcore boxing fans gonna tune into that? And then he fought this Japanese kickboxer that probably no boxing fan would know. They fought Don Moore, Logan Paul, just an overall. But, Logan Paul's like a global star and all. But, like, again, he's not a boxer. No one cares. It's poor. Like, the level of opposition. Like, I get, it's exhibitions and all that. And he's not going to be up against the best of fighters. Of course not. But I feel like what would get boxing fans interested is if he was going up against ex-pros or something, not against like social media influencers or any Japanese kickboxers. Like, no one really cares. If you go up against like Manny Pacquiao in an exhibition, then, that would get people invested. It would. But like, again, so now he's suddenly fighting like Aaron Chalmers with no name value. John Gotti, the third, hasn't really got much name value to it. He hasn't. And these kickboxers haven't got much name value. So no one cares. No one cares. If Mayweather was in an exhibition against Pacquiao, like Pacquiao was actually in an exhibition in May, I believe, then, it would get people invested if Mayweather was fighting some older pros or something. But like someone who we know that Mayweather will probably beat, because that's what Mayweather will probably do in these exhibitions. Clearly, he doesn't want to take any risk. Pacquiao will probably be a bit of a risk, even though, yes, Mayweather did beat him a few years back. But again, though, that is still a risky exhibition. But again, though, if he's up against, I don't know who we'd say here, who he could be against in an exhibition, like an old pro. But if he was against an old pro who did want to do it, then yeah, it could get more people invested. But as of now, no one cares about this John Gotti the third fight. So basically, what happened in that John Gotti the third fight, that first fight, the guy that Mayweather's fighting this weekend in their first one. Basically, Mayweather was absolutely schooling him for those whole 6 rounds he was going for. John Gotti was literally not throwing anything back. I rewatched the fight and it was painful to watch. It was basically Mayweather absolutely dominating. Mayweather not even bothering to put much power to his shots because he was just playing around with John Gotti because literally they're not on the same level at all. Mayweather's absolute levels above this guy. So John Gotti was basically throwing 1-1-2 per round, which literally was not even landing on Mayweather, and then was just taking shots, covering up on the ropes. And then at the end of that fight, they both got into a massive scrap because it got waved off because they were dobbing off. And then I see people in the comments like, "Oh, let's, we need to see this again and see Mayweather flatten the guy." Like, honestly, I could not care less about seeing Mayweather flatten John Gotti the third. I couldn't care less about it. I think I speak on behalf of many people when I say that. Like, no one cares anymore about any of these Mayweather exhibitions. The guy's 47 now. Like, I'm not anyone to tell Mayweather to stop. So, I'm not going to do that. I have no rights at all to say that. And I actually like Floyd Mayweather. He's really good to watch, and it's unbelievable how good he is at this age. But again, though, it's just, I feel like just the way it's just a bad look that he's not, no one cares about it anymore. No one's going to even no one all around the world is going to bother getting up to watch this fight. It's just all these exhibitions are just basically Mayweather just showboating the whole time. And when you're not up against anyone who's interesting, no one cares. No one cares whatsoever. When Mayweather was fighting, it used to be an absolutely massive thing. The guy's probably the biggest name ever in boxing, or up there anyway. And now he's just gone to this where people don't even know that he's fighting on the weekend. It's poor. It is very poor to see. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, okay? I'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks for watching.